Okay, first one done. I know GPS had a wobble. Well, that was really poor. 3:33. I meant to be 3:25 and below. What is up, guys? Andy Forest Team Runner here, and today is week 4 of this sub 240 marathon training series. So welcome back to another episode, and we're diving straight in to this week's workout. 6 by K and then 5 by 200 meters. We're out here on the industrial estate, just getting a mile warm up done, and then we're going to dive straight into it. I'm on a bit of a time limit this morning, so I'm going to stop the watch up here, do a few strills and dries. I can't even think what they are. Drills and strides. It's so cold, but the ice is gone. So we're going to plough up and down the industrial estate as we always do. I'm going to take you along the journey. I'm going to tune in after each rep, but I probably won't film B-roll in between each one. I want to focus today, and of course, after the workout, we have our first time trial announcement, which is awesome. I need something to focus on. We've gone into lockdown. I need a goal. 2 weeks time trial. Okay, we're going back up to this road here, and then we're going to turn around and start a few very quick drills and strides, but as I said, I want a bit of a time limit. So, nothing coming. Oh, let's go. Yep, run 0.62 miles. Here we go. 6 by K. Okay, first one done. I know GPS had a wobble. Well, that was really poor. 3:33. I meant to be 3:25 and below. There was a wicked headwind coming up that way, so we should have it on the tailwind on the way down. But even so, let's hope that was just a rusty first one. Okay, the headwind must have been that bad. 3:17 on the way back down. Yeah, contrasting fortunes there. Be interesting to see if the third and fourth rep will go the same way. Okay, very much so. 3:32 on the way back up. It's the headwind on the corner. Oh my life, it sucks everything out of you. I don't want to do another one of those. Oh well, halfway. Rep 4, 3:19. There's definitely a up and down headwind tailwind thing going on. I gotta be honest with you though, I'm dreading this fifth one. This is gonna be a killer. Oh my life. 3:33 for that fifth one. One more to go. I really wanted to get a 3:31 just to progress them nicely on the ouch, but didn't happen. That wind is wicked, so let's do our best with the last one. $3.19. Oh wow, $3.19. So at least we kept it even. 3:30s on the way up that way with the wind, and sub 3:20s on the way back down with the wind behind us. 200 meter repeats now. Joy. to join me here out on the trails. It is Friday and we now have both of our workouts done. So obviously you've just seen Tuesday, that was really solid. Very happy with that. The headwind was way stronger than I initially anticipated, but we made up for it on the downs and we ended up averaging 325 per K. So that's really good. I'm really happy with that. Another solid showing out there. And then yesterday, Thursday, I was going to take you guys with me for a double workout video, but we actually had to go quite early in the morning. So I was out the door at 7:15. It was very dark because it's winter, and the camera just wouldn't have shown anything. And to be fair, I had to just crack on because I had a Zoom meeting at 9. So that was 2 miles warm up, 9 miles at 6:10 per mile, and then meant to be 2 miles cool down. I had to do 1 because oh yeah, I was late for my meeting. I was getting back out to shower, eat, all that stuff. So another solid week of workouts banked. Obviously what's coming up next is me talking about the results and things, paces in kilometers as well as miles. But right now, TT booked 10k next weekend, a week from when you're seeing this video. So it'll be the end of week 5 of this marathon training, and we're going to give a 10k a blast. Is that the 17th, 18th? I don't know. Whenever it is, 16th, I don't know. Whatever it is, Sunday, hopefully, fingers crossed, with Lee. We'll see if that happens. In lockdown at the moment, because we are back in lockdown, as a lot of you know, we are allowed to run with one other person. So I'm going to run with Lee and we're going to see what kind of shape we're in. I'm going to be straight up and honest. I'm going to shoot for 34s and see whereabouts we fall in that category, because obviously we ran a 34:41 I think it was, or 38 at Severnbridge back in August. I didn't think I'd be in that sort of shape, but you know what, I think I might be. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm not going to beat about the bush. I'm not going to say, oh, we'll see what shape we're in. I'm going to go for 34s and we'll see where we end up. I won't be disappointed whatever the result. It will just be nice to go out there and give it a good blast. So that will be kind of a conclusion to next week's training. Now we've got that out of the way, let's talk about the week. Okay, let's roll straight into talking about the week. Monday, moderate as always, steady 8 miles out on the trails in the Vomero 15s. The ice had slowly started to melt, but it was still relatively frosty, so in areas I had to slow it down. So the average pace was a bit slower than I'd like, but I felt really smooth. As I said last week, week 3 really clicked. So it was nice to kickstart week 4 in a really solid way. Tuesday was the workout video you've just seen in the Brooks Hyperion tempo. That felt really good again, although it was hard work, very hard work, don't get me wrong. K-reps seemed to be my nemesis. Averaging that 325 per K made me feel really good, because that's in the 530s, exactly where I needed to be. Keeping that ball rolling, not doing anything stupid, and feeling really solid. So overall, happy to get that done and feel as good as I could have done, really. Okay, I've made it up the hill now so I can talk properly. Note to self, don't record when running uphill. So Wednesday was a day off, as always. Thursday, 12 miles in total, 2 miles warm up. I explained this yesterday. 2 miles warm up, 9 miles at 6:10 per mile, 1 mile cool down. Felt really good. Heart rate was okay, apparently, according to Chris. He was quite happy with it. I think it could be better, but it's showing big signs of improvement already in week 4. So again, no stress there. We're only 4 weeks in. It's an 18-week block, possibly 19. I'll explain why in a second. So yeah, again, another workout done, kept the ball rolling, felt good. That's the main thing. I just felt smooth. Cadence was 170, which is massive for me. Really working on cadence at the moment, so very happy with that. Friday, yesterday, nice easy run in the Vomero 15s. Again, out on the trails, feeling again so smooth. so good. I'm not yet at that state where I feel beaten up. And the pace was a little bit quicker, still just over 5 minutes per K, 8:03 per mile I think it was. So still nice and conservative, but again the heart rate is showing signs of dropping because it was lower than it has been at that pace on the trails with 400 and something foot of elevation. So again, really happy. And that rolls us nicely on to today, the long run, 15 miles progression run. Gonna get 7 or 8 miles of it done out on the trails, kind of similar to last week, just to enjoy this, and then hit the industrial estate for the last bit. Average pace goal for the whole run is around 6:40 to 6:50, so progression is 7:20s per mile, taking off a few seconds per mile, finishing in the 6:20s, 6:30s. I'm just over 2 miles in. I've done a 7:19 and a 7:15, so I guess I'm just going to try and take 3 or 4 seconds off per mile and see how we go. Miles 4 and 5 will be interesting because we're going back uphill, so I'm naturally going to have to work a little bit harder to progress those two, but I won't bust the gut because again, not the point, absolutely not the point, but I'll try. So I'm going to crack on with this long run, and I will touch base with you at the end and hopefully talk about our first 50-mile week that we've completed in this plan and the backup marathon that we have in store. The watch has gone haywire. Got average pace at the bottom. Just went up to 10:30 per mile. Obviously dipped out a signal, but we're getting back to it now. I don't have to stop the watch. Hopefully it'll sort itself out. So frustratingly enough, my GoPro died, which is standard because it's super cold, and then my watch has lost GPS. So we got 8.4 miles into the run. It's just found GPS again, but around 5 miles it basically said that I went from a 6, well you'll see on Strava, went from a 6 something 6:50 something down to 6:30 something. I thought, oh my life, I've messed it up, and then my watch just went crazy. So obviously we lost GPS in that clip you saw, and it's gone haywire, and I've just come down the hill and it was saying I was running 9:30 minute per mile pace, and the distance just was not moving. So I've decided to stop the watch. I've literally just got GPS now, stopped it at 8.4 miles, and then we'll pick up at, try and do another 7.6 miles, even though I know we've run further than 8.4, and we'll start at around 6:40 pace and we'll try and work down. So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. And there we go, 15 miles done and dusted. Very sadly, well not very sadly, but sadly, GPS messed up again. So we started that one off at 6:43, 6:33 I think it was, and then in that third mile I got to 6:19, but actually it was more like 6:25 because I was doing 6:25, and then it shot up to 7:10 or something, and then I went right back down to like 6:19, and I thought, oh my goodness, I can't do this anymore. I'm just going to have to literally sit and hold pace. I ended up sitting and holding around 6:10, 6:15 pace, I think, roughly, but the GPS just went absolutely haywire at that point. It clocked me in the 7s for the next 2 miles, and then the last mile again 7 something, and then that last 0.6 to make up to the 15 miles came out at 6:07, and if I'm honest with you, the last 2 miles I was running around that pace, so it was a lot quicker than what it said it was. There we go, we didn't let it stop us, and we finished off the 15 miles, which I reckon, if I'm honest with you, it was a good 15 and a half, 16 miles. There were points of miles running there where the distance just didn't move for about 10-15 seconds, but either way we did it. It's done, another solid workout banked, and our first 50-mile week done. So that wraps up week 4. Of course, next week is going to be epic. We have the TT, which is super exciting. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling quite fit at the moment, so we'll see what those results bring. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, share it with friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'm going home to eat like a horse, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then.